Third thing is the prediction of the likely future. Okay? I want you to do one thing for me right now. I want you to think about a change you need to make in your organization. Something you need to do. We need to raise expectations. We need to gather more money. We need to get more collection. You know, whatever it is. Think about one thing that you need to happen in your organization. Does everyone have it? Yeah? Okay. Think about the person who's going to screw it up the most. How quickly did they come to mind? She started smiling. It came pretty quick for her. Did it come pretty quick for most of you? Right? Who's the one that's going to hate what we need to do first? You know that person, right? Who's the one that's going to like it the most? You know that person, right? Okay, those edges are easy, and the problem is people are the most dangerous, consequential forces on earth. We will muck up versus everything, virtually everything. Sorry about that. And you need to understand your team. Pull them apart and put them into thirds. Okay? For us, what we do a lot of is we will plot them, and I'll show you this in a little bit, but this is one more fact that I will tell you. Anytime you're going to change things in your organization, anytime you're going to, we need more of this, or we need less of this, or we didn't ever do this and now we're going to, 30% of your people are going to love it. 30% of your people are going to hate it. 30% of your people are going to be somewhere in the middle. They're towed, you know, they toe the line. Maybe, and they worry about that. Figure those 30s out. See how easy it was to figure out the top and bottom, right? The others are the ones in the middle. All right? And this is going to happen. I've been doing culture change for, a couple decades. It's always going to happen. It always happens this way. The data will naturally come out this way. So why not use them to your advantage? Why do you have to implement everybody at the exact same time? Why do you have to decide that everybody in the organization does that? Anyone know the difference between a good kid and a bad kid? Good kids are the ones bosses are nice to. Bad kids are the ones that are off on the side. Why not use that to your advantage? Why don't you roll out a 2 to 3 step implementation process? I'm going to take 10 of my 30 customer contacts and we're going to roll with this new program. Now, your job, you 10, now that you know it for 3 days, is to go to this next 10, which is that middle group, and show them that the change isn't this big. Because this is the problem with change. People always see it like this. What you want those people to do is make it look like this. And they're the best people to do it. Look, our job is this way, but if you do this and this, it's not really that much different than what we were already doing. And you use that group that wanted to do it to teach that middle group. Now, instead of everyone wanting to be who we were, you've got 60% of your population wanting to be who we are. Now we can all look at that other 30%. What you gonna do? You're gonna keep towing that old line, or are you gonna come back with us? You're gonna do that. Use what you just did. Okay, we do it a lot more sophisticated. There's more data, but you can hack through some of this if you spend the time and energy to figure out who the right people are, who the other people are, and who they are in the middle, and then plan your stuff that way. For us, because we've gathered data, so my database, it has 500,000 people in it, and we not only have assessment data of the whole person, we have job performance data on them as well. Virtually every single competency known to man do we have assessment, whether it's supervisor, subordinate, peer evaluations, numbers, customer contacts, forms, things like that. We have all these data on people, so we have all these variables that we can put people up against. Like, for instance, this one's customer focus versus stress reactions. So we need to improve customer service, and that's a huge change, right? So one thing, we need people that want to be nice. 2, we need people that don't freak out when we make change. This is my group I want to start with. This is not my group. This is definitely not my group I want to start with, right? Okay? You can do this in your head. And we basically roll through competency after competency, and we give our clients the ability to say, these are the 2 competencies that matter most. How will my teams fare? How will my individuals fare? What will that look like? So we can drill down to the individual level and let you know, okay, here's the person that you need to address. Here's the one person. So what we're doing is energy efficiency at this point in time. We're helping you, instead of the whole blanket train them all and blanket talk to them all and sit in a room and say, we all need to be a little better at customer service because you're afraid to tell Mark that he needs to be better at customer service, right? And then everyone in the room's like, gosh, I'm going to really try harder. And Mark's like, they must be talking to someone else. So turn it around to your favor. Think about where you want to take this thing.